Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to our LinkedIn Live podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, Kartik Pasumarti. He's Vice President of Revenue Operations North America for ShareCRM. Welcome, Kartik.
Hi, Gerhard. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Gerhard, for the opportunity. My
So,
name is. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, tell us who you are and sh- uh, who ShareCRM is. A lot of people are not yet familiar, and what you're trying to accomplish.
Fantastic. Excellent. So, my name is Kartik Pasumarti, and I lead the revenue and operations team here at ShareCRM. What that means is everything related to customers from start to finish is our team's responsibility. We work with technical teams to achieve results for our customers. So, in the earlier part of my career, I was fortunate enough to work in the Microsoft value added reseller ecosystem, serving customers in various industries. And later, I joined Oracle for a few years and innovated for our customers for 8 years at Salesforce before joining ShareCRM last year. Coming to our solution, ShareCRM. ShareCRM is an intelligent, configurable, and comprehensive CRM platform, which is fundamentally reimagining CRM for sales organizations, which are tired of technology that creates busy work instead of actual results. Today's reality, salespeople spend less than 50% of their time actually selling. So, what we are trying to accomplish is a fundamental shift in how sales teams operate. We are helping sales leaders move away from manual processes and ineffective tools toward a more comprehensive, intelligent, and configurable CRM that empowers their teams to consistently hit revenue targets. So, this is not your grandfather's CRM. Our mission isn't just another CRM tool, it's restoring the balance where technology truly serves salespeople, not the other way around. And more importantly, we offer results based pricing with our 100% money back guarantee, Gerhard.
So, today's economic environment is really challenging to many sales organizations because we have increased tariffs, we have slowing sales cycles, sales teams are struggling to maintain momentum. So, how does Share CM fit into this? How specifically you have AI capabilities? How does that help salespeople accelerate the lead generation process and gain better insights into the potential clients' businesses?
Absolutely, Gerhard. We all know the economic headwinds we are facing have fundamentally changed the sales landscape. What used to be a 3 month sales cycle is now stretching to 6 to 9 months. And this is precisely where Share CRM's AI engine can create a competitive advantage. See, unlike traditional CRMs that simply store contact information, our AI actively monitors potential clients' digital footprints across various channels, whether it's quarterly reports, press releases, social media activity, industry news, or regulatory changes. This allows us to identify buying signals that human teams simply cannot process at scale. I'll give you an example of an industrial equipment manufacturer client of ours. AI, which is from Share CRM, is able to monitor potential customers across multiple industries. So, for example, we were focused on, say, the client was focused on, say, some food processing plant manufacturers, right? Now, AI was tracking the earning calls, right? The trade publication mentions, the regulatory filings, industry reports, and has identified a pattern, right? The pattern was these food processing plants were reporting decreased output efficiency and increased maintenance costs. Now, the AI connected these signals, mentions like, aging equipment, production bottlenecks, maintenance budget overruns across different companies' public communications. And then it automatically prioritized these prospects for the sales teams. And not only that, it has created specific conversation starters about productivity and optimization with the total cost of ownership. So while competitors were making calls about generic equipment upgrades to these manufacturers, our client sales team was reaching out with a targeted insights. Like, for example, hey, in your recent earnings calls, you mentioned production challenges at your Midwest facilities, right? We have a similar food processor increase their throughput by 23% and reduce their maintenance cost. Would you want to learn more? So that was the pitch they were making. The result, prospects were engaged 6 to 8 weeks before the competitors even knew that companies were evaluating equipment upgrades, and then obviously helped close 3 major deals. So this has led to, on an average, like 37% reduction in lead qualification time, speed at which you can get to prospects before the competition does, and 42% increase in conversion rates for our clients, even in this challenging environment, Gerhard.
I think it's fascinating because what you're describing is the biggest challenge of any sales organization, which is engaging the right stakeholders early in the buying journey. So can you walk us through how ShareCRM helps with that and helps identify and connect with those decision makers before the competitor can establish a relationship?
Absolutely, Gerhard. This is a real challenge, right? B2B purchases now involve at least, let's say, 6 to 7 stakeholders on an average. And identifying all decision makers early is where most sales teams struggle. ShareCRM has revolutionized stakeholder mapping through what we call relationship intelligence. Our AI maps organizational structures and influence patterns by analyzing company websites, LinkedIn profiles, and press releases. Crucially, we distinguish between what is a formal title and what is actual influence. So, for example, a director may drive decisions even though there's a VP holding formal authority. So here's a concrete example I'll give you. A financial services client observed, they discovered a hidden technical evaluator who has a veto power, right? Now, how we were able to do that is our AI was able to analyze the board minutes, IT audits, LinkedIn activity. Our AI also found a senior IT security manager with an advisory input on their financial implementation. While competitors were focused on CFOs and procurement teams, our clients engaged this particular stakeholder early in the security stage and provided the content which was relevant for that stakeholder, becoming pretty much the only vendor invited to the final selection. So not only that, if we see our system also leverages collective intelligence from your entire sales organization, right? So if your colleague in another territory has successfully navigated a similar buying committee structure, ShareCRM will suggest parallel engagement strategies that work in that scenario. So this kind of creates a multiplier effect for your institutional knowledge too, Gerhard.
So you mentioned earlier that your grandfather's CRM promised a 360-degree view of the customer, but never truly delivered. So what are the fundamental differences in ShareCRM's architecture and AI integration that allows it to provide that complete customer visibility that those old systems couldn't do?
Absolutely, Gerhard. Traditional CRMs always relied on manual data entry, right? Which is inherently incomplete. Salespeople hate data entry. I will raise my hand and say it. And
Right.
even perfect compliance, only captures a fraction of customer interactions. We all agree. Now, ShareCRM's contextual intelligence layer automatically captures interactions across all channels, right? We are sending emails, we are making calls, we are having meetings, there's support tickets coming through our service desk, social media mentions are happening. All of this, our AI uses to understand the context and sentiment. So here's an example I'll give you. A tech client was pursuing a Fortune 500 manufacturing company's deal, right? The traditional CRM showed, hey, had a demo on March 3rd, sent proposal on March 10th, waiting on the response, blah, 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 right? But ShareCRM AI was capturing and synthesizing everything. See, during the initial demo call, the prospect mentioned tight budget constraints twice. 3 days later, their finance team reached out separately asking about, hey, what kind of payment terms are you providing? Do you have ROI calculators we can use? Meanwhile, our system detected that the prospect's IT team has downloaded white papers on cloud migration cost, right, from our website, from the client's website. Then the AI connected another important dot. The prospect's CEO has mentioned, operational efficiency initiatives in the recent earning call. And company has just posted job openings for digital transformation specialists. Now, look at this. Put all of this together, right? These different siloed information in different channels. Our AI puts everything together using our contextual intelligence layer and synthesized a clear insight and provided that to the sales team. They said, hey, this prospect is budget conscious, but under pressure to modernize operations. Finance team is evaluating, and so is the ID team, which is actually doing research on implementation costs. Leadership is publicly committed to digital transformation. So that's a golden nugget provided, right, to the sales team. Now, the system suggested, so the way to approach this deal would be ROI analysis and flexible payments rather than feature function or capability discussions, right? And that's how the deal progressed. And the result, within 6 weeks, instead of 4 to 6 months, using ShareCRM's AI, they were able to address the real buying criteria before the customer articulated them. That's very key, right? And this is not just an incremental improvement, Gerhard, right? This is predicting customers' needs rather than documenting past interactions.
Yeah, I can understand how passionate you are because as a salesperson, you know that if you have the right information at the right time, you arm yourself with a negotiation strategy. You arm yourself really with a in-time playbook.
Yep.
That helps you win the deal.
Absolutely.
So let's shift the conversation because what I'm noticing is that as there's more and more technology, there's less and less time spent with customers. So many sales professionals today spend less than 50% of their time in front of customers. So how does ShareCRM reverse that trend and reduce the technology burden to get salespeople back to focus on the customer relationship?
Absolutely. It's a devastating statistic, Gerhard. I mean, that's today's salespeople spend less than 50% of their time actually selling, right? 2 decades of so-called productivity tools have produced the actual opposite effect. They have created this digital busy work that keeps reps chained to the keyboard instead of actually building relationships, right? Now, ShareCRM was designed with one radical principle. The system should adapt to how salespeople work, not the other way around. So instead of asking salespeople to log calls or update opportunity stages, our AI assistant automatically captures this information from your natural work activities like emails, calendars, phone calls, and meetings. But we have taken this even further, what we call this as ambient intelligence capabilities. For example, when you're on a video call with a prospect and our system doesn't just record the call has happened, right? It listens to the conversation with, of course, appropriate permissions and privacy safeguards, right? Extracts the key points, identifies action items, and updates your opportunity without the salesperson even lifting a finger. Then again, before your next customer meeting, instead of spending hours preparing, you receive a complete, concise brief with all the relevant customer information, recent transactions, strategic talking points, and competitive intelligence. After the meeting, our system generates a summary and next steps and can even draft follow-up communications for your review, right? This is really empowering the sales team member to focus on, customer relationships and engagements. So with that, it is estimated that sales teams on an average 15 hours per week is saved, and it goes right back for them into customer-facing activities. That's not an incremental improvement. It's a transformative improvement. We are not just making CRM faster. We are fundamentally changing the relationship between salespeople and technology, Gerhard.
So you have done a great job in positioning ShareCRM as someone who can offer premium, higher level capabilities at a lower cost of ownership compared to your grandfather's CRM. Can you quantify the value proposition and the ROI that sales organizations can expect?
That's a fantastic question, Gerhard. The legacy CRM pricing model has become indefensible. Expensive base licenses, costly add-ons for basic functionality, premium fees for AI capabilities, and then the massive hidden cost of implementation, customization, and integrations, right? It's a model designed not for the customer benefits. So ShareCRM was built on fundamental different value equation. While the industry average for CRM implementation is say 9 to 12 months, our clients typically go live in 8 to 12 weeks. This alone represents hundreds and thousands of savings on implementation services. But the real economic impact, Gerhard, comes from our results-based pricing model. We align our success with the customers by tying our subscription and implementation fee to our customers' successful deployment as per the SOW and the time frame. Otherwise, we provide a 100% money-back guarantee. So when we analyze these benefits holistically, our clients typically see complete payback within 4 to 6 months, compared to the industry standard of 18 plus months for legacy CRM implementations. So this isn't just another doing the same things more cheaply, Gerhard. It's about fundamentally changing the economics of the sales organization. See, one client described it perfectly. With our previous CRM, we spent 80% of our budget maintaining the system and 20% driving innovation. With ShareCRM, the ratio has completely flipped. 80% is spent on innovation and 20% maintaining the system, Gerhard.
So it sounds to me that your secret sauce is the team that creates that technology. That is no longer, when you think about the old ways of programming, it was done by people that were trained in India or Ukraine or Pakistan. Now it seems that your programmers are AI driven.
There's a saying I've heard, I think it was a Chamat or somebody who said, AI is not going to replace people, but people who use AI effectively will replace the people who do not use AI, right? So for us, it is, when we go ahead and say, hey, we are 100% money back guarantee for you, that is the confidence we have on our platform. That is the confidence we have on our team. That is the confidence we have had of our success for 6,000 plus customers we have supported worldwide. And we believe that, and we want to bring that value to our customers in here.
Awesome. How can people get more information?
Absolutely. So as the name is pretty straightforward, go to www.sharecrm.com and you'll definitely see my pretty face on the website. And you can always reach out to me from a contact us form, or you can reach out to me by email, kartik.pasumarti@sharecrm.com. And after this event, obviously Gerhard will post and you'll have additional information how you can reach out to us.
Yeah, and we will post a link because Kartik will speak at our Global Revenue Acceleration Summit on June 25th and 26th, and it's free. You can sign up. We will publish this within the next 10 minutes. Thank you so much, Kartik. That was very enlightening. And thank you for joining us and illuminating us with something that everybody needs to consider. Do you want to stay with what you got or get something that's faster, better, cheaper?
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, Gerhard. And I'm really grateful for sharing our experiences. And we look forward to helping our customers win more deals faster.